Hi guys, I'm Ariana. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a mukbang.
Oh yeah, and I'm Brian, by the way.
Yeah, we've been wanting, or I guess I've been wanting to do a mukbang for such a long time, so Brian is here. Nothing was really open today because it's New Year's Day and nothing was really open, so we went to Culver's. You want to show your plate?
Yep. So I got a double butter burger with the works and some pretzel bites with cheese right here.
Ooh, look at that. And then I got the same thing except my burger has lettuce on it. So it just looks like this. I got the cheese with the yummy burger. And then I got an 8-piece buffalo chicken tender for Brian and I to share. These are my favorite things from Culver's. And then, of course, got the ranch to go with it. And then I got a Dr. Pepper to drink.
I also got a Sprite because I love Sprite.
Yeah, we're gonna be pigs today. And this is the first thing I've eaten all day. It is currently 2:45 and I woke up at 10 today. I did have my morning coffee, but I'm starving and I was hangry earlier, so we're gonna eat.
Yeah, she was super hangry.
Yeah.
Not like super, but like whenever I hold her hand, she's like, "Stop, stop."
I was hangry, but now I'm ready to feast.
Yeah, literally after she got her food, not even like a minute later, she was all smiley. She's like, "Oh my god, we got our food."
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna take a bite of the pretzel with cheese.
Look at that.
Mm.
Look at that. She's runny.
I'm gonna grab the napkins out of the bag.
Mmm.
Uh-oh. It's got cheese all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a napkin for you. That's a clean one.
All right.
I'm so happy.
She's
I love food.
She's been wanting to do this since forever. Mm. I mean, look at that.
I love a lot of ranch.
Look at that. Mmm.
So good.
Whoa. I get the hiccups.
A fat girl loves her food, okay?
Okay. But yeah, guys, we wanted to tell you guys about like why we didn't upload for
Almost a year.
a year. Like so many stuff happened, like not between us. We were strong. It's more stuff like we couldn't control, like one after another, like it just like
We'll
mentally
kind of get into it more in detail, but
yeah, it was more mentally draining. And we were also kind of like, not like depressed, but like,
I was.
oh yeah, it was depressing. But
I feel like we both definitely were like down in the dumps for a little while. But I feel like now we're getting back like to ourselves and like I just feel overall like happier. And especially because now I'm doing things that I love again, like filming YouTube videos, because this is like something that I truly enjoy.
she actually had like YouTube videos ever like dated to what, like 2013, 2012.
So last night, I'm not going to say my channel name because it's not even my real name, but we were on YouTube last night and I searched up my old YouTube channel name. There's videos on there from 11 years ago and they are so cringy. My mom came over today and I was playing them for us. One of them is like a makeup tutorial, which obviously I still love to do makeup. But yeah, they were just so cringy and like so funny to watch. So maybe eventually I'll enter a clip in of me in my old videos. But I think we should get started and talk about, I guess, the last year. There's a lot of unfortunate events that happened. I'm not going to go into detail about a couple of them because it's obviously nobody's business but ours. Yeah. So basically I fell into like a pretty deep depression. I just like fell out of like, or I stopped doing the things that I loved. Like I was going to the gym. I was doing like really good for myself. I was losing weight and like I actually genuinely felt really happy. I felt like I was doing good for myself. And something happened and obviously I'm not going to go into detail about it. But I ended up like losing myself. I fell into like a depression and I just stopped caring and I was sitting at home all the time. I wasn't hanging out with friends. Like, I just made every excuse to not hang out with people and like, I don't know, it definitely sucked. And then like a month later, Cookie ended up getting really sick. You want to go into detail about that?
So
I'll let him finish chewing.
So Cookie started feeling sick. Like, we looked into his litter box. There was blood on his stool. So we were like, what the hell, you know? Like, why is he doing that? So
It was a lot, by the way.
Yeah, it was basically his whole stool was filled with blood. So after that happened, we just kind of monitored, and it was a frequent thing, and we could kind of tell when Cookie is wasn't himself. Like, he's cuddly, he likes to cuddle by you, he likes to do all that stuff.
Well, there's one thing you missed. So we were leaving for work one day. I think we were like on our way to work, or like we were about to leave out the door, whatever. And we had gone and looked inside of the litter box because when I was using the restroom, Cookie, I jumped up on the counter and I saw his like rear end had blood on it.
Oh yeah, I forget about that.
And so I had gone to his litter box and I was like looking in there and there was like a bunch, right? So I called Brian over and I said, hey, what do you think this is? Like, this isn't obviously normal. So I felt so sick to my stomach leaving for work, and
yeah, we both did.
Yeah, like I was just so like worried, and like I couldn't call in because it was already like 10 minutes before we had to leave the house. So I didn't want to do that. So we went all the way to work. I told my supervisor what was happening. I was obviously freaking out, like I was just really worried and stuff. So I told my supervisor that we had to leave, and we took him to the emergency vet. Yeah. And they basically said that it was coming from his urine, which I told him, I was like, no, that is not coming from his urine. Like, that is coming from his rear end. Like, you need to check more in depth and, like, you know, because it's not coming from his urine. So they did a urine sample that we had to pay for that I knew was not his urine.
Mm-hmm.
But they checked that, came back normal, and then they gave him some, like, IV fluids and stuff, and they're like, okay, yeah, it is coming from his rear end, whatever. So they're like, I think you should make, like, an appointment with your primary vet and bring him in to see, like, what's going on and stuff, right? So I think, like, a couple days later, we finally were able to get an appointment to go in. So we go in, and they do, like, a bunch of blood work. They give him some more IV fluids. They gave him some nausea medication, some pain medicine, all that stuff. And he was acting, like, just really lethargic and weird, and...
Yeah, he was like, he wasn't playing. He was just laying in one spot, like, strictly. He
Yeah.
would just get up to go to the bathroom. And yet he was very, like, you could tell he was forcing it. Like, he was forcing to go to the bathroom because he had to go.
Mm-hmm.
But he would barely drink water. He would barely eat. So we're like, what the hell, dude? Like, what's going on? And so we ended up taking him again during a work day. And I kind of, everything kind of seems like a blur what happened because it happened so fast.
And we took him to the vet so many times that it's like hard to remember what day was what.
Yeah. Like, for me, it's hard to cry, but like that day at work, like nobody saw me cry, but like...
We both left, and as soon as I got into the car, I saw him crying, and like...
Yeah,
I was just freaking out because like I didn't want to cry and then make him cry more. So I was like, okay, like... I'm like, it'll be okay, like... Let's just take him to the emergency vet. This is the day we had to take him to the emergency vet.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay. Like, just calm down. He'll be okay. You know, like, obviously I was freaking out because I've never had to deal with this before.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we kept taking him to the doctor, or I guess to the vet, and I kept telling them, like, something's not right with him. Like, you guys need to do more testing to see, like, because something's not right with him, right? So,
Look at that.
we, like, kept taking him to the vet. No answers. His blood test came back like elevated for some levels.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like after his second vet appointment, so we went to the emergency vet and then we had 2 vet appointments.
Mm-hmm.
I think after the 2 vet appointments, he started gagging like every day. Probably like gagging every like 5 to 10 minutes. He just kept gagging like a lot.
Wasn't it in a span of a week? Just 1 week?
Like a week, yeah.
Yeah, it was just, it was literally a week.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we had to keep missing work. We had to keep doing that. Like, it was so like...
It was very stressful.
Scary, stressful. And like, obviously you can't sleep knowing your pet you don't know what's gonna you don't know what's gonna yeah, we don't need onions, we don't need to cry over that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was just so stressful. We couldn't even sleep, we couldn't do nothing. And so basically, what was there, a third or fourth vet appointment where they said he needed surgery?
I don't know, I think it was maybe like the fourth appointment. And
Wrong side.
at this point, we're both really frustrated because they're not listening to us when we're telling them that something's not right with our cat. And it was just getting like really annoying, right? So we're at the vet. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, I feel like, or it's like a little bit later than that. I don't know. We're at the vet, and the vet comes up to me, or us, I guess, and she goes, hey, she's like, we just did an x-ray. Mind you, we did like 3 x-rays already. This was like our 3rd x-ray.
Oh, and every appointment they all said that he was fine.
Yeah,
which he clearly was not fine.
Before this, the appointment before this, they literally told me to stop bringing him in for stuff that isn't gonna like basically I'm making it worse by bringing him into the vet, whatever, and that I'm over exaggerating and nothing's wrong with my cat. So I bring him in that last time, whatever, they did the x-ray, and then they call me because we were waiting outside in the car, and they call me because they had sedated him to look in his throat to see if like maybe he had an obstruction or like a string or something that was in there that like he may have ingested, whatever. Well, we get a call when we're waiting in the car, and she goes, hey, she's like, we did another x-ray and it looks like his intestines are like balled up in one side of his stomach, and I think we need to do surgery to get in there because I think there's an obstruction.
Yeah.
So I'm like hyperventilating, I'm freaking out, and I'm like crying, and I'm like talking to her on the phone, and I'm like, you know, why didn't you guys try and take care of this before? Because we wouldn't have been in this situation if you guys would have just listened to me.
Take a mind, we already spent like $1,000.
Yeah, well, more than that, because the emergency vet itself was like almost $1,000.
Yeah, we already spent.
So we spent so much money on this stuff, which obviously he's worth it.
Yeah, he's worth it. We don't.
Like, I'd spend any amount of money on him.
We're not complaining about spending it. We're more complaining about
just like that.
It could have, something could have been done before, rather than just kind of dragging the appointments and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know how they work. So, but anyways, she was hyperventilating. So I was more focused on how like, okay, how much is this gonna cost? How much is everything? How much, like, I was just more worried about Cookie, because I'm like, all right, I'll drop another band, like, well, whatever. I don't know how much a band is.
I think it's 1,000, but
yeah,
like, we were thinking about like obviously losing him, because we're like, okay, what the heck is going on? Like, I don't want to lose our cat, whatever. That's why I was like hyperventilating, but I was also worried about the fact that like, what if the surgery is like $10,000 or something and I can't afford it, which obviously I know it probably wouldn't be that much, but you never know. So I was like, I don't know how much this is going to cost. Like, I was just freaking out, whatever. So she ended up doing the surgery, whatever, found absolutely nothing wrong. They said that his pancreas was a different color than it should normally be. So they ended up doing like a pancreatitis test and something else with his pancreas. By the way, those both came back fine.
Yep.
They did blood work. They did like a fever of unknown origin test to see why he kept having fevers, because he kept having fevers like
crazy
every single day.
Yeah.
Like every day. And they were like bad. Like you could tell he did not feel good. So after his surgery, we got home. We put him in the game room, and I would like stay up all night with him. Brian would sleep in bed in that room with him. I would sleep in this room, and like, just to monitor him, I had to stick a thermometer in his rectum because I had to check his temperature every single day. I had to inject him with IV fluids in his neck. Like, I think like 2 days in a row I had to do that. I had to make sure he was eating and drinking. I had to make sure he was using the bathroom, which he was not for like the first few days.
Yeah, because he had nothing to eat, literally. Yeah, he had IVs, but...
Yeah. And he had like this really long incision on his abdomen because that's where they did the surgery, whatever. And finally, I got all the blood tests back. Nothing. Literally nothing was wrong with him. They're like, we don't know what's wrong with him. Like, you know, whatever. So like, not getting an answer was the worst answer, because I would have rather have had an answer than nothing. And like, we still don't know what was wrong with him that time.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely nothing. And which even, like, what sucks even more is that we ended up getting Muffin around this time. So he was sick while she was here. And I know it wasn't because of her, because he was sick, like, around the time that we had first got her and they hadn't even met. So, like, it couldn't have been from her. And so I just really don't know, like, what was wrong.
Yeah.
So,
like,
it sucks.
It did, because he wasn't allowed to jump on couches or anything like that. And we had to lock him in my current room, well, game room. And we had to take apart the bed because he wasn't allowed to jump on it. We had just a mattress on the floor, enough for him to climb over and sleep, or and we had the litter box in there. We had his food bowls, water bowl, and we asked her mom for a camera and stuff.
My pajama pants.
Her mom for a camera so we could monitor him. And that was nice. At least that kind of helped us a bit, but
it helped
was
us not
so
be as worried when
stressful.
we're gone.
It was super stressful.
Yeah, my mom was coming over, sitting with him in that spare bedroom, making sure he was okay.
Like, we could not sleep at all because we were so stressed and we were so worried about him that like you just don't know. Like,
I went to
he could have
work.
passed away while he was sleeping or
I know.
something. So
we were so worried because, like, he's our little guy. We've had him for, I think, like, almost 4 years now.
3 or 4 years, 3.5, 4.
So he's our little baby, and, like, we would do anything for him, and obviously for Muffin as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a very stressful time. I ended up stopped going to the gym. I gained, like, a bunch of weight, which obviously you can tell, whatever. So on the lighter note, we ended up getting Muffin. She's our little sweet angel. She's behind the camera right now. I'm watching her.
And Cookie's to our right.
Yeah, Cookie's over here on the couch.
He's napping, yeah.
Yeah, they get along really well. The introduction was pretty good. They love each other. They kiss each other. They lick each other. They play with each other. Like, they just love each other.
Yeah, they love
They're
each other.
best friends. They sleep together.
They play a lot.
Yeah. And Muffin is a long-haired tabby cat. She's brown, white, black, tan.
Yeah. They said she would be a medium, but I think she's becoming a long-haired for sure. Which, we love long-haired cats. Nothing against the short-haired cats, they look beautiful as well, but we just prefer long-haired cats because we love their look. But anyways, yeah, so with that Cookie stuff, we couldn't find anything, literally anything. So to this day, we don't know what it was. But I'm just glad he's okay. He started eating. He's slowly eating after that surgery. We had to force feed him at first so he could be hungrier.
I forgot about that. We had to grab a syringe and suck his food up and shove it in the back of his throat.
Yeah, we had to do that, and he was not having it.
Because he was not eating, and that's what the vet told us to do, was to force feed him if he wasn't eating, because then we would have to bring him back and he would get even sicker if he didn't eat.
But he ended up eating more slowly, using the bathroom. We checked his stool. It was fine. So I'm just glad he's okay now. He's acting like himself now, 100%. It's just scary because you never know if that could happen again, or because we don't know anything about what happened. So
yeah, it definitely was like a really stressful time in our lives.
That, and then there's a bunch of other stuff that happened that we're not allowed to say, but that also took a toll on our mental health, I guess.
Yeah. On a lighter note, though, we ended up getting Muffin. I got the position that I've been wanting at work, so
yeah,
that's been going really good. What else?
I mean, we basically just there was good and there was some bad. We ended up resolving some of those bigger issues that happened. And everybody is good with each other now. It was just a bad start to half the year, and then the rest is
It's been good.
It's been really good, yeah.
And now it's New Year's. It's 2024 now. So
yeah, it is. And, yeah. Oh, man, I'm full.
hopefully 2024 is a better year. Even though 2023 wasn't horrible, but I want to start off this year right.
Right, like better mindset, better
and we are,
stuff.
because we're eating Culver's.
Culver's. Guys, I'm getting full. Holy crap, there's buffalo
I am
tenders.
too, actually. I think it's because I'm eating slow and normally I eat fast. So.
Yeah, I eat fast. Like if this was off camera, I'd be chowing down. But since I'm eating slower for you guys to enjoy and stuff, I'm getting really full. But yeah, guys, that was our last year of why we didn't upload that much, or for like what, almost a year.
It was like 10 months I didn't upload.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been uploading so much, and thank you for those who support me and watch every single video, like every single video, subscribe, you know. I actually truly do appreciate it. And I'm not posting, obviously, for other people. I'm posting for myself because this is what I truly love to do.
Yeah, honestly, this is the most she's ever, like, well, besides the gym, this is a lot of, like, she's putting a lot of effort into these because she genuinely likes it. Mm-hmm. Like, she's been, ever since I met her, like, she's always been like, oh, let's watch this YouTube video. Let's watch this YouTube video.
I love YouTube.
It's Shane Dawson. Have you seen Jesse versus PV, or no, Jesse PvP or something like that? Prank versus, I think it was just
Prank versus Prank.
Yeah, Prank versus Prank.
BF versus GF or something like that.
Yeah, or like Romanette with
Jesse
vlogs.
Wellens with Gina.
Gina, yeah.
Gina.
I think it was Jenna. But anyways, like
I make him watch Shane Dawson, Rylan Vlogs, Jeffree Star, Sister Forever, Charles and Alyssa, FaZe Rug, Rawadis.
FaZe Rug.
Definitely FaZe Rug. I love him. Mr. Beast, like, we watch so much YouTube together.
I saw Mr. Beast when he was like 100K subscribers.
How much does he have now?
He has more than 30 million now, I think. That's a lot of subscribers. That's a lot of people that watch him. But he does provide with really good videos, so I mean, yeah. But
ow, that hurt. My foot's asleep right now. It's hurting.
It's all right. My food is good. At first, I didn't want Culver's. I wanted something called Hot Dog Avenue. It just opened up like what, last year?
Yeah, a few months ago. Maybe like almost a year ago, actually.
Yeah, actually it did
closed,
because they opened during the winter time. But yeah, so far this last year, the end of last year was really good. It's been very calm.
I think we've been doing good, like in our jobs. We've been doing good, like relationship wise.
Yeah. We've always been good at relationship wise.
Well, yeah. I feel like we're evolving, and
yeah, it's crazy. Like us, like we had a pretty good start. Then obviously with any relationship, you guys reach that like where you hate each other, and then not hate each other,
you just reach that rocky road where you're like,
you're annoyed about everything. You're like, oh, I hate when you do this. I hate when you play video games. I hate when you steal my food or stuff like that. But now it's just like, since we went through all that stuff, you know, you just gotta stick it out. No quitting here, no quitting. So you just,
I feel like everything this last year has like brought us even closer than we already were.
For sure.
With like the scare with Cookie and stuff, like I feel like him and I, like, it just brought us together like emotionally like 10 times more than we already were.
Yeah.
Because like when you go through something like that, you want to hold like the people you love closest to you, because like I know to some people he may be just a cat, but he is my son. He's his son. Like we love Cookie to death. Like, and Muffin obviously now too. Like I will literally do anything for my pets.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like what triggered me to love like my cats or our cats a lot is so we had this little kitten that I got from my cousin, and we named him Kai, and He was a little kitten. He was literally like, what, 4 month, 3 month?
He was very little.
He was very little. But, you know, we took him to vets and stuff. Like, we took care of him good. And then he ended up dying.
He was really sick for some reason. We're not sure why.
He
had constant diarrhea, which, sorry to say that.
Yeah.
But, like, he was always sick. Always.
Yeah. Always sick. Like, but he was such a sweet cat. Like, he would find a way to, because he was very tiny that he couldn't.
Ooh, a hair. It's a cat hair.
It's a cat hair. I was gonna say cat hair. He would find a way to, like, because he couldn't really climb beds at the time. He was that small, but he always found a way to, so he could cuddle you. And he was a cuddler for sure. And you know, when we found out he passed, like, he
was such a sweet little guy.
Like, I cried a lot. We cried a lot. My family cried too, because we were living with them at the time. And, like, just made me realize, like, you don't know your time with people or with your pets, so just value them, you know. So they're just like, we honestly don't deserve these creatures.
That's why I do
pets.
everything I can in my power to make sure that, like, they're spoiled. They know that we love them. They have all the toys in the world. They have all the treats in the world.
They have everything. We give them everything because they're here for a short time too. They're like 15 years, 20 years. Which I did see a study where I think they fixed some kind of cancer in them that develop when they get older, and if, like, it supposedly fixes that, so it allows them to live to like 30 years, which would be nice. But I also, at the same time, it's
an experiment.
Yeah, I don't know, but if it's true, I'm trying to get that from my kitties.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, this is a very long video, so I think we're just gonna end it here. I'm full, so I'm gonna put this food in the fridge for later.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, comment down below, and like. Comment down below any video recommendations you would like to see from us, and if you'd like to see another mukbang, let us know what you'd like to watch us eat. I am very full. I am super full, and you know, I eat everything in sight. I'm a vacuum. I'm normally a slow eater, but obviously when you're making a video, you're gonna eat even slower. So I'm very full. Yeah, I'm super full now. I don't get how people can just, like, eat a whole, like, platter of things. Oh, another hair from Cookie. Always cat hair. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in another video.
Bye.